She gets very, very anxious whenever I go out to the garage and work with my air compressor. She just tears out for the furthest part of the property so that she can hide. It's like a panic attack.
When good dogs go bad, there's one man who's their best friend. Cesar Millan.
No dog is too much for me to handle. I rehabilitate dogs, I train people. I am the dog whisperer.
Genoa was so cute. She was just a little ball of fur. She was 10 weeks old, and she was really, really friendly and really affectionate. And she was different than the other dogs I've had in the way of being affectionate, and so I just really fell in love with her.
Although Genoa failed the test to become a guide dog for the blind, she turned out to be the perfect family pet.
Oh, Genoa is just a really sweet and goofy dog. She's just a really good dog. First dog I've ever had that actually fetches the newspaper.
Genoa is very obedient when it comes to normal, everyday life. No, close it. Good girl.
But she gets very, very anxious whenever I go out to the garage and work with my air compressor. She just tears out for the furthest part of the property so that she can hide.
It started off where it was only when the air compressor came on that she would be afraid. Now it's gotten to the point that even, especially Dan, going out to the garage, then she comes running to the back of the house and hides. Actually, the vet prescribed phenobarbital. We did that, and that doesn't even faze her.
It is sad. It's like a panic attack.
I hope that Cesar will be able to help Genoa to not be afraid of the air compressor so that she can have a relaxed life again.
In over 20 years of working with canines, Cesar Millan has discovered that sometimes a dog's fear and phobias have more to do with the owner than the animal.
Hi, well, thanks for having me. How can I help you guys? Is this the dog that I'm going to help you with?
Yes.
Really? Such a beautiful energy. I was surprised because most of the time I'm working with aggressive dogs, and I feel the energy of aggression, and this dog pretty much was just floating around, not even walking, floating around like an angel.
Well, Genoa has a problem with anxiety when I turn on the air compressor in the garage, of all things. There must be something about the noise, and we've tried, all kinds of different things to try and keep her from getting out of control. I mean, but she won't listen. She's obviously in a very energetic state at that point, and she doesn't respond to anything at that point.
Because it's not just when the air compressor's on anymore now. It's that she understands that when he goes out to the garage, it might go on. So now every time he goes out to the garage, which is a lot, especially on the weekends.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. then she doesn't really start whining and crying unless it goes on, but she hides the whole time while he's out in the garage.
What about, do you guys work together in the garage? Or that's just his kingdom?
If
she visits.
She visits. Did she visit or join?
No, she visits.
Just visit.
And she's in and out because the laundry's out there. And she does the laundry.
And you like the garage?
Do I like the garage?
Yeah.
I don't get a thrill out of the garage, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a boring place, kind of. Yeah.
He loves the garage.
Give me a break.
Dan is really meticulous with his cars. I mean, the garage is good as far as what he does.
You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I do, because you're saying that if I go out in the garage and I'm kind of having not that great of an attitude about the garage, then when he's in the garage, she looks to me for everything. So, yeah, I get your connection. Yeah.
It's that simple.
So I have to start liking the garage more?
This is your house. You should.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is good.
I mean, it really goes back to energy, you know. So if a dog spends a lot of time with a certain human being, and that human being doesn't like certain area, the dog learns not to like that area.
Yeah. You know what I just thought of that's kind of interesting? Sometimes, if it's especially in the evening, when he's been gone all day and I'm not getting any attention, but his bike is, then I'm a little jealous of the garage. So there
I got that from the moment
Yeah, I have gone out there and gotten mad, and I said, couldn't you have told me you were going to turn the air compressor on before you did it?
Yeah. And it's really not the air compressor. It's really what you said, you know, the jealous.
Really?
See, they're very, honest. I can't take it anymore. You know what I mean?
And it's not that she can't take the psst sound.
No.
Shoot.
But does it make sense?
Yes.
It makes sense.
It makes total sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
Is the way to a dog's heart through its nose?
There you go. That everything they do is based on their nose. I wanted to invite the nose to come to the garage. That's pretty good. All right, so let's move towards the garage.
Okay.
That means I'm inviting the brain to come through their scent. So this way, there was no hesitation when I invite her into the garage. There you go. So I used the leash to block the possibility of running away. So it was not going to be an option. There you go. So what is your feeling right now?
What was going through my mind is that probably won't be enough to distract her from that.
Mm-hmm. So that is the conversation. I'm glad you're honest, because that's how we can work in it. But in the beginning, it's about keeping happy thoughts. Mm-hmm. So that's already an obstacle, you know, because in your mind, you're already creating what can happen.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm here to rehabilitate dogs, you know, and most of the time dogs have problems from 9 years, but what we discover behind a dog, a lot of times, and people are becoming more and more open to be helped, you know, and that's not my expertise, but I give my common sense to it.
Now, it's time to turn on the dreaded air compressor.
I can do it.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. So in the meantime, tell me, what do you do for a living?
I stayed home and raised. Now I do I'm the children's choir director at our church, and I do.
Turn it up. Nice, very nice. That ignoring the behavior is very, very important. You're not acknowledging that, you know, just totally blocking, not joining her.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
That's very, very important. Yeah. So the food is just to soothe the mind, for that second. If they take the food, it only works for that second, but at the same time, you're blocking the mind from escalating. That's all it is. So I create stories in my mind that I'm going to help the dog.
Okay.
That's really it. You know, that's the reason why it works sometimes for me better than other persons, even the owners. It's because I create a different story, a story that it benefits the whole pack.
Yeah, so I'm actually doing the same thing she is.
Yeah.
She's anticipating the negative thing, and I'm anticipating my own negative thing.
Yes.
Okay.
The story today is about Lori and Dan spending more quality time in the garage, with Genoa being there. Because Genoa copies a lot of the behavior that Lori does. You do that while we talk. That'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. So we talk and we have a conversation. What are you going to make for dinner?
I'm not cooking.
You're not? It's Saturday, huh?
Yeah, well, because, I figured I wouldn't have time with what we're doing here, so so I decided I was going to earn not cooking.
How nice. There you go. It gets worse before it comes down. Yeah. There we go. Steak.
Is that because it gives her something else to think about?
That's right. That's exactly what I'm doing with you. Yeah, I'm giving you something else to think about. See, steak. So, it's not so much the leech that is controlling, it's the human controlling.
Okay.
Now you do it.
Sit. Sit. Stay. Stay.
Now, every time you hear that sound, you have to see yourself as a very powerful woman.
Okay.
Every time. I really meant when I told her that she was a very powerful woman. I was not making things up just for her to feel better. I was just telling her who she is. But she was not embracing who she is for the benefit of the whole pack. It's a conditioned behavior. There you go. This is really good.
Hey, that's awesome.
Now you can give affection.
All right.
Yes.
Good job.
You also as well, you can give.
That's incredible.
Good job. Oh.
Stay.
Nice.
Stay.
Very good, sir.
Yeah, that's a good.
You're natural. Tell me what we create.
We create a place where she feels safe because we're not worried about the noise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. I feel like I have tools now that I can practice with her. I mean, I know she's not fixed, that I could just walk out there and expect her to never do it again, but I know what to do and how to practice and how to think about it when I'm practicing.
So right now, through me, you projected a different energy because I keep feeding your mind happy thoughts.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
The conversation was between you and I, verbally. Energy traveled to her.
God, that's just so weird, huh?
Incredible.
Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you for the challenge.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Job done.
All right. Can I clap?
Dogs live in the moment. That's why they can overcome years of unwanted behavior. Of course, with the proper guidance. Since the day I met Molly, the farm dog, she has stopped trying to buy tires. The Eggers are thrilled that Molly is now staying out of harm's way. I am happy to report that Genoa is improving day by day. She can even lay down next to the air compressor while Dan works in the garage. Way to go, guys. Caroline has been taking Sabina and Jane on long walks nearly every day. I am happy for Jane, but it's Caroline who looked in the mirror and was able to transform her own behavior in order to help Jane. Until next time, remember, dogs are always ready to change if you can change.